Most people wait to feel brave before starting a business or doing the thing that scares them, like cold outreach. It doesn't work like that. Courage shows up after you act, not before. I realized that this week. I had to make a phone call I'd been avoiding for a couple of weeks now. It wasn't dramatic, but it triggered all the usual noise. What if I sound stupid? What if it goes wrong? What if they say no? Plus my usual fear of phone calls in general. So I was going through the usual spiral. But I did it anyways, more so because I had to. I needed the solution. But afterwards, the fear dissolved in about 10 seconds. And looking back at it, I learned something. I realised these last 2 weeks, as I've been going through this problem, I've grown a lot because this problem has forced me to face fears and take action regardless. A month ago, I was completely frozen at the thought of how I'd solve this problem that I knew was coming. I refused to acknowledge the options available that required me to do the thing I was scared of. The situation didn't care about my feelings though. Don't get me wrong, I still went through my usual spiral, freaking out, heart racing, couldn't sleep, could barely think about anything else. But what surprised me was that a friend saw me doing it and it gave her the push to do the hard thing she'd been putting off for weeks. She told me how seeing me face my fears inspired her to do the same. And so I thought this was a valuable thing to share. That's the thing about courage, it spreads. You don't need to be fearless, you just need to move while your hands are shaking and you're still filled with uncertainty. Everything you want sits on the other side of that uncomfortable moment you've been avoiding. Nothing great was ever built by staying in your comfort zone. So here's something practical. If you have a thing you're putting off, a decision, a call, a conversation, a step towards your business, put it in the comments. Say what you're going to do and when. When you publicly commit, it can make it easier to follow through. And you might encourage someone else to face their own fears too. Let's do the uncomfortable things together and help each other grow.